Alrighty, this video isn't going to be super long, but first of all, I'd like to thank Redcat for mentioning myself as well as DoRC in their recent update. So they did release an update. If you want a more in-depth review of it, head over to DoRC's channel. I'm sure you probably have already been there. He released a video basically going into detail on the upgrades and the improvements that Redcat is going to be making. So I'm just going to briefly touch on it. So they are 100% addressing these control arms. They're taking and extending, there's a grub screw they're calling it in here. They're just going to extend it longer into the arm, kind of put it more into the meat of the arm here. And I think that will be a great fix. I think what they should do is offer either an aluminum arm or a complete plastic arm as an upgrade. I would 100% buy an upgrade like that. But the new arms are going to come in, and I am going to be sending this thing off of the big ramp as fast as I can, and we're going to see if that fix is a permanent one. Next fix, they are going to address the drive shaft issue. I am the one that I think I'm the one that put almost a locking diff fluid in there, going to 20 million on the center diff there, and the drive shaft in their current form did not like that. So they will be addressing that. They're going to make the drive shaft a little bit thicker, and they are talking about possibly working on a steel drive shaft, especially for someone like DoRC or these other channels out there that are going to be, you know, trying to switch to more of an 8S power in their rigs. But those two issues are going to address. They're also going to be addressing the one other thing they had mentioned, the shocks. Yeah, I didn't have the problem, so it took me a second to think about that. Yeah, the shock lowers, I guess on some people's rigs, during assembly, they stripped out these lowers here, and some trucks were showing up with the shock completely off, and just kind of the spring hanging there and that shock lower in there. So they're going to send all 4 new shock lowers, and that should address most of the issues here. I did see somebody had complained about this ESC being loosely mounted. I've jumped this thing, crashed this thing, and this hasn't come out. If it does, I mean, I'll get some better double-sided tape and a zip tie, and I'll securely fasten it. That kind of stuff doesn't really bother me. Most people upgrade ESCs anyway, so yeah, I'm not concerned with that. But other than that, you know, I'm just anxiously waiting for these upgrade parts to come in. Again, massive shout out to Redcat. They didn't have to mention the YouTube channel on their site. That just goes to show that they you know, are listening to us out here using these things. And, you know, any company that's willing to do what they're doing in terms of taking the time, replacing these parts, you know, giving you the option for them to buy the rig back from you, that's just unheard of, especially in the RC world. You know, basically the bigger companies are just going to tell you you're driving it too hard, and that's your own problem, deal with it. Now, in some of the bigger brands, it's not a big deal because there are, you know, there's a massive aftermarket support for that. So, you know, they figure you're just going to upgrade it anyway, so why should it be their problem? But Redcat, you know, good on you guys. You're looking into the issues, you're coming up with solutions, and, you know, you're listening to the end user, which that's fantastic. And as a side note to end the video, if you are developing a basher and you need some testing done, reach out to me at Matt's Motorworks on Facebook or Instagram, and I will 100% be a secret shopper to any new products that you're working on. But that's going to end off this video here, guys. As soon as I get the parts, I'm going to torture test these old control arms to see what they could take, because I might have a line on a new arm, new old arm. So that is to be seen. But awesome job, Redcat. Like I said, I'm stoked. Can't wait till the stuff comes in. Give it all a try and see how it is. But we'll see you in the next video, guys. Thanks for checking this one out.